What's up, everyone? Sean Count Blaggearth here today with a collection update. It's it's been a not a while actually. I just been getting CDs like mad because FYE's had some pretty good sales and stuff like that. So I have a big stack of CDs and one record to show. I figured I'd show this before I get more and more stuff and it gets out of hand. Um, New angle for the webcam. Thought this might look pretty good. Let me know what you think. I think it looks pretty awesome. You can see my new Black Witchery and Revenge flags. Um, but yeah, let's get on with this. I have a Holy Grail coming. The #1 most wanted item in my fucking collection. I have ordered. It's been shipped. And I couldn't be more excited. I'm going to do an unboxing video of it. This Grail may surprise some of you, but those of you that know me, it's no surprise. But yeah, let's start this. Local show went to in my hometown, and this band from Syracuse played called Spire. And this is their EP, The Discovery. Awesome, awesome progressive metal. Check this out. I haven't actually listened to this, but I saw them live, obviously, and I thought they were incredible, so I bought the CD, and it came with a business card and a sticker. So check out Spire. Great stuff, great dudes. And everything else except for one CD came from FYE, and there's one vinyl that I bought from a friend. First CD, Abigail Williams, In the Absence of Light. I know a lot of people talk shit on this band, and I don't really understand. I feel like people have only heard the Legend EP, which is kind of like a blackened metalcore sort of thing. But this is just pure black metal, and I don't get why people hate it. I think it's absolutely fucking great. Can't recommend this enough. I do like Becoming more, but this album is fantastic. If you're a fan of Watain, you have no reason not to like this. Next is a classic death metal record. As you guys know, I'm not a fan of old school death metal, but there are a handful of bands that I do like in the style, and my all-time favorite death metal band is an old school band, and that is Autopsy, and this is Mental Funeral. Many people praise this as being their best record. I personally disagree. I think Severed Survival is much grittier and more horrific, whereas this one is a bit darker, but I feel like it's a bit cleaner. And with Autopsy, I really like the grit. Not saying this is a clean record by any means at all, but I'm saying that in the grand scheme of everything, I feel like there's dirtier records, especially Severed Survival. I really like that one more. But this album is so good. Twisted Mass of Burnt Decay, In the Grip of Winter, Torn from the Womb, Robbing the Grave, Hole in the Head, Bonesaw, Dark Crusade, Mental Funeral. Just some great top-notch old school death that just really brings the dark, ominous vibes of doom metal and combines it with old school death metal. And this is the 2-disc reissue. So you got a slipcase, CD, and a DVD. Actually just got around to watching the DVD, and it's pretty cool. I mean, the live Rotterdam Holland 1990 isn't that good. It's just a really terrible camera angle from really far back in the venue, and it's from 1990, so the quality's not that good. But the one in San Pedro, California, 1991 is amazing, and it has the best track list. So that's a killer set list. But anyways, moving on. Picked up some of these today and one of these yesterday. I went to FYE and someone must have traded in their Belphegor collection because there was a lot of used ones, and there's one that's there that I need to pick up. So hopefully it's there next time I go. So I got Belphegor, Lucifer, Incestrus. Not too sure. I actually have this one popped in the CD player right now. First time listening to this album, I'm enjoying it quite a bit. It's not as dynamic as their newer material, CDs in the player, but I definitely enjoy it for what it is. Really good black and death metal. Quite impressed. Next, everyone praises this as their best album. I haven't heard anything from it, so I'm pretty excited to hear it. But this is Pest Apocalypse 4. Oh, excuse me, Pest Apocalypse 6. I haven't heard a note of music from this, so I'm excited to hear this later tonight. Killer artwork. Everyone says it's great. Supreme Black Death art. So let's see how supreme it is. I got this one yesterday, and this is really my first full album of listening to Belphegor, and so it sold me on getting the other ones. Bondage Goat Zombie. This is much more diverse than I thought they were, because I've only heard a handful of songs, and those songs are just kind of like Behemoth, but weaker. It's like Behemoth without the teeth. So I always just assumed that that's what Belphegor was. Then I started listening to this album. There's a lot of mid-pace, slower parts, more melodic sections, straight up blasting sections, all that good stuff. And I'm quite impressed. So that was very good. And it's a 2-disc set. I had to replace this tray thing because it was beat to shit and broken. But you got a bonus DVD. Really cool stuff. Yeah, check it out. Bondage Goat Zombie by Belphegor. I mean, this would be a good place to start, actually, if you want to get into war metal and the black and death metal sound, because this definitely has traces of it, and you can see where someone who likes this style may like Black Witchery or Revenge or Conquer. And I'm sorry if you hear that. My father is actually shampooing the carpets because my mother's coming home tomorrow, actually, from the hospital. It's been like 40 some odd days, so that's very good. Next, in the last Belphegor album I have to show you, this is War Pulgris Rites, Hexenwan. I probably mispronounced the shit out of that, but yeah. Haven't heard this either. I don't know anything about it. It has relatively good reviews on Metal Archives. So, yeah. I dig this, and I also dig the censored cover art. So, when I got the CD, that's on it, and then when you pull it out, there's the uncensored cover. So that's pretty cool. Whoever bought these kept them in pretty decent shape other than the cases. I had to replace bits and pieces of them myself. Just because I'm OCD and I don't like cracked cases and scuffed up, shitty looking cases that are kind of almost brown. Whenever you buy a used CD and it's almost brown, the case, ugh. I hate that. I had to replace it, but yeah. Super excited to hear that. I got this one yesterday as well. This is Fit for an Autopsy, Hellbound. Man, if you like Deathcore and you don't know Fit for an Autopsy, there's a problem. And if you're a fan of Deathcore and you haven't heard Fit for an Autopsy, or if you have, I should say, you already know what they're all about. These guys are just some really sick, heavy, really interesting deathcore, in my opinion. It has some of those generic kind of thrash beats, Fall by the Blast, and all that stuff, but damn, some of those patterns on here are just absolutely sick. The two songs I would definitely recommend is Dead in the Dirt and Children of the Corn Syrup. Children of the Corn Syrup actually features Vincent Bennett of the Acacia Strain on guest vocals, so if you're a fan of TAS, definitely check this out. Yeah, this was used in really good condition, so picked it up. Good stuff, good stuff. Next, we have Ultimate Waylon Jennings. Now, this is probably strange for a lot of you to see me holding this, but, you know, I grew up listening to country, and I was into the more poppy stuff in the 90s, because I was a kid and I listened to the radio, you know, but when I started to grow out of it, I was just like, fuck country, I hate country, country's garbage, bruh. And same thing for rap, and now I've grown to really like a lot of hip-hop, and gone back and listened to a lot of country that I did when I was a kid, and it's just absolute garbage. But one of the few elite, I would say, in country is Waylon Jennings. My God, this man has wrote some absolute masterpieces. I'm a Ramblin' Man, Rainy Day Woman, Are You Sure Hank Done It This Way, Luckenbach, Texas, Back to the Basics of Love. I've Always Been Crazy, Don't You Think This Outlaw Biz Done Got Out of Hand. That's probably my favorite song. Amanda, the theme song from the Dukes of Hazzard. Ain't Living Long Like This, just absolutely great stuff. This was $5 at Walmart. So, yep, I've hit that level of American where I bought a country CD at Walmart. So that's a thing that's happened. But good stuff. Now we have Cor Piccolani with their last album, Monola. I've been missing this album for a while and been wanting to pick up the edition with the 2 CDs, the one that has the English versions of all the songs, but I could never find it for a good price, and if I ever see it, I will pick it up, because Cor Piccolani is one of my all-time favorite bands. But, yeah, this is a pretty good album. It's not my favorite of theirs, but it definitely has some really good songs. Cunha, Rauta, Husky Sledge, Dorolus, Une, Soil of the Corpse. Really good stuff. I always thought the artwork was kind of odd, but hey, still good stuff. And then I picked up their new album, Noita, and my God, this album is what I wanted from Cor Piccolani. It picks up where Mama left off, but has kind of made it more serious, actually, which is a very good thing, because as much as I love the happier, upbeat, mindlessly happy, drinking songs and all that stuff, what I really like from Cor Piccolani is when they do the more serious stuff, like the last track off Carquillo. Most of the album, Terabascanto, especially like the 8-minute song, I believe it's actually track 8 on that album. Shaman Drum, all those songs, the whole album, Corvin's Congeus. I've always liked the more serious side of Cor Piccolani, and this album really showcases that, but it's more rooted in traditional folk music instead of being the polka, sort of humpa, as they called it, sound, and honestly, it works way better for them. I mean, there's not a bad song on this. I may do a review on this. I was blown away by how much I actually enjoyed this. Really solid stuff, and hopefully I'll get to see these guys live at the end of the month. That'd be sick, because they were amazing, amazing, great time when I saw them. Got 3 CDs left and 1 record to show. This one I did not get in FYE. I actually found this on Pagan Flames Records, and I never thought I would get this album. Let me give you a little background story. I'll just show you what it is, too. It's Proclamation and Nether Tombs of Abaddon. Proclamation's one of those bands where I've always loved them, but finding vinyl of them is impossible. So I gave up on the vinyl hunt a while ago, and I started to buy the CDs, and I picked up the first 3 all in one shot. And I could never find a copy of the Nether Tombs of Abaddon. It's been driving me fucking insane. So what I did was I went on Google and I searched and I searched. I went through for like 4 or 5 pages. And there were some of these places and languages and currencies, I had no clue what they were. I said, shit, because any copy I would find, it would be well over $20. I'm not going to pay that for a CD that's in a black tray case. You know, it's just basic. And I found it on Pagan Flames Records, and I've ordered from them before when I bought the Merkava album. And I heard this many times. And I saw that there, and I had to buy it. I ordered it instantly without thinking twice. And I'm very glad I did, because now I have every Proclamation album. If you're not familiar with Proclamation, war metal in vein of like Conqueror, Revenge, Black Witchery, Blasphemy, Archgo, definitely strong Beharit influence. Blasphemy, though, is the band that they really worship at the altar of, especially with those back photos and all that stuff with the desecration, and the names of usurper of eternal condemnation and inverted crucifixions, reverent captor of abysmal flames and ultimate desolation. That's the bass player. And abomination of four Mahamic winds and Bastille Offensor drums. It's just so over the top, but I love it, guys. This is such a great album. If you want some evil, crushing, suffocating war metal, this is it. Check out Proclamation. Next, these are two brand new releases, and very glad I picked them up. One of them was I didn't even know was out, and I saw it, and I just said, screw it, I'll buy it. I've been looking forward to this one for a while, though. This is Satyricon, live at the opera, with the Norwegian National Opera Chorus. Love the foil. This is a really cool live album, live DVD set. This is actually a 3-disc set. So it comes in this slipcase, and then you open it up, and hold on, then you open it, and you get 3 discs. Very cool packaging, very solid. Really interesting take on their songs, and I like that they chose to use a chorus instead of, or a choir, or whatever, instead of a orchestra, because a lot of bands have done the orchestra thing, like Dimmu Borgir's done it, and playing live with a full orchestra and all that stuff. I mean, that's cool, don't get me wrong, but I would have never thought about using a full choir and nothing else. But it really made songs like Now Diabolical, Die by My Hand, Mother North, King, The Pentagram Burns to the Mountains really interesting. And as much as I hate the new Satyricon record, or the newest one, the self-titled record, the song, majority of the set list is from that album, but the choir made it more tolerable, and the fact they actually used fucking distortion, that's nice. Because that's one thing that drove me nuts about the self-titled record, is there's no distortion on the guitars. What's the point of doing a black metal album if there's no black metal guitars? I don't know. Maybe I'm a retard, but I don't know. Check it out, though. It's a great release. Well worth the money. This was like $20 FYE. Very glad I picked it up, and you should too. And my dad is really shampooing the piss out of that carpet. Anyways, this is the last CD I'm going to show. This is a brand new album from Serenia, and the album, The Seventh Life Path. If you're not familiar with Serenia, they're a gothic female symphonic, gothic, whatever sort of band. I've never really understood the whole genre tagging of the style. All I know is I dig it a lot. I've really liked everything they've done for the most part, except for The Enigma of Life. I always thought was really mediocre. But I had no idea what to expect from this, because Serenia can, to a lot of people, be hit or miss. And I'm really glad I picked it up. This is a solid record. I mean, I only listened to it once, but I'm probably going to give it many more spins as time goes on. Because, I mean, I picked it up yesterday. I don't know why my voice did that. This is just a really cool album. I got nothing bad to say about it. I mean, if you're a fan of Serenia, definitely check it out. Very cool digipack. I love how it's a matte finish instead of the stupid gloss. I don't like glossy digipacks. You touch them and then they get all fingerprints, and all this stuff, and it's just a mess overall. And last but not least, if I can get this out of the sleeve. So, I made a post in the Extreme Metal Vinyl Collectors group on Facebook saying, I have every Revenge album except for one, and I can't find a good copy of this album anywhere. If anyone has it, let me know, because I gotta get this. And my good friend Alex, so if you're watching this, dude, thank you so much, told me a price within, like, I want to say a minute or a minute and a half. I got this really quick. And he's awesome. Thanks a lot, man. Revenge, Triumph, Genocide, Antichrist. Yes, I now have a complete Revenge collection. For the most part, I don't have the individual Attack Blood Revenge and Superion Command Destroy, I think it's called, or the split with Archon and Faustus, but the Attack Blood Revenge reissue has those tracks. And I now have, obviously, the split with Black Witchery, so I now have everything of theirs on vinyl. And this album is just so vicious. It's the spiritual successor to Conqueror, meaning it sounds identical to War Cult Supremacy, basically. Super chaotic, fast, evil, blasting, totally hateful black metal. It's everything you really want from Revenge. It's Revenge doing what they do. They put out the same album year after year after year, and I love it. They're one of the few bands I cannot fault for doing that. And with this album, they did such a great job capturing that absolutely chaotic, warlike sound. Featuring Pete Helmkampf from, I believe, Angel Corpse he was in. If I'm not mistaken, I'm sure someone will correct me on that, but I'm pretty sure he's in Angel Corpse. You get the printed inner sleeve, like so. And it's just on plain black vinyl, but this is a killer record. If you haven't heard it, definitely check it out. For a good place to start, though, I mean, with Revenge, I get this question a lot from subscribers. Where should I start with Revenge? Honestly, guys, it doesn't matter where you start because it's all relatively the same. So, I mean, in that sense, it's not going to make a difference where you start. So, I mean, just pick up a record and go. I mean, Scum Collapse Eradication's where I started, so, I mean, if you want to check it out, go for that, but it's a really good album, and it's also like the Victory, Intolerance, Mastery, and Infiltration, Downfall, Death, with a foil stamped, oversized case wrap jacket. I mean, it's just thick as hell. That's insanity. Super heavyweight, but yeah, that's the end of this collection update, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Expect more videos soon. I mean, everything's starting to get better. So, yeah, that's the end of this video, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for subscribing. And as always, keep it metal.